Welcome back, everybody. This video is going to cover the season finale of Moon Knight Episode 6. If you're new to my channel, remember to subscribe so you don't miss future content. I'll be doing some theory videos on what I believe is next for the Moon Knight series, and Doctor Strange 2, The Multiverse of Madness, when it drops this Friday. There will be spoilers moving on from here, so if you haven't seen Moon Knight Episode 6 yet, you may want to come back later. Moon Knight ended last week's episode with an emotional conclusion. Mark's support anchor, Steven, fell into the sands of the afterlife, leaving Mark to return to the world of the living seemingly all alone. Determined and with a sense of purpose, Mark seeks to stop Harrow. Oscar Isaac, after his incredible turn in Episode 5, continues to deliver an incredible performance. Throughout the series, Oscar as Mark has solidified himself as the new character in the MCU with flaws. But this is what Marvel does best with their characters. Oftentimes, it's these flaws that become the real superpower of these amazing characters. Harrow finally obtains what he's seeking after claiming it from Mark's dead body. He achieves the full power of Ahmet. Harrow's new power is able to judge mortals on a much larger scale, sparing very few in its wake of destruction. Layla is given time to shine as well, after being sidelined in the past 2 episodes. While her role is still relatively small, her scenes provide great tension, and even a great scene with Khonshu.
I am in need of an avatar. Would you, Layla El Fuli, protect the travelers of the
You're
night?
joking.
Meanwhile, Harrow finally releases Ahmet, a beautifully and terrifyingly designed creature making Khonshu look tame in comparison. Ethan Hawke as Harrow also gives an incredible turn. After his performance in the previous 2 episodes as more of a mental image in Mark's head, the menacing version of Harrow returns. Harrow has a sickening dedication to Ahmet, and their interactions feel cathartic and terrifying. He seeks death because of his imbalance. Instead, though, Ahmet makes him her avatar, while Khonshu seeks to make Layla his. The character dynamics between gods and man is an interesting angle Moon Knight presents, and it's something that isn't really explored enough. Meanwhile, Mark in the spiritual realm attempts to save Steven, choosing to forsake his peaceful afterlife for a future with Steven. The scene is emotional as Isaac acts incredibly well opposite of himself. Khonshu, losing the fight against Ahmet, senses Mark and Steven's return to the mortal plane. With a whole new dynamic, Mark and Steven strike a deal with Khonshu. They agree to help Khonshu under the condition that they will be released as his avatar after. Seeing an entirely new status quo for Mark and Steven, now working in tandem, they head out to stop Ahmet. Meanwhile, Layla becomes the temporary avatar of Taweret. It's a plot point that seemingly comes out of nowhere, but it's a welcomed one. Moon Knight and Harrow finally come to blows while Khonshu and Ahmet do the same. This is one of the most CGI-heavy battles the Disney Plus shows have shown so far. The Harrow vs. Moon Knight fight boasts some impressive choreography, but gets even better once Layla joins, showcasing her abilities as the avatar of Taweret. However, just when the battle seems lost, Mark blacks out just as he did in Episode 3, when he suspected Steven of killing the 2 men. Neither Mark or Steven are responsible for the carnage that follows. This is another tease of the third personality of Moon Knight, Jake Lockley, showing us the more ominous parts of Moon Knight, not yet fully explored in the series. Harrow is merged with Ahmet by Mark and Layla, now leaving the goddess vulnerable. Khonshu orders the execution of Harrow and Ahmet, but Mark, coming to terms with his darkness, for once chooses the path of mercy instead of violence and vengeance. Mark becomes free of Khonshu, going back to his mental facility reality. It's an odd transition to a scene that ends up with Harrow in that reality, not really knowing what's real either. Mark then wakes up in Steven's room from the first episode, with the 2 conversating with each other as if nothing ever happened. An ominous post-credits scene featuring Harrow wraps up the season really well. Khonshu, dressed in the suit, finally introduces Harrow and the audience to Jake Lockley, who kills Harrow without hesitation. Khonshu still has Mark in his grasp, still manipulating him and his troubled personality. Overall, Moon Knight ends its first season in a similar fashion to the other Disney Plus shows, always with a tease of what's to come. I personally enjoyed the series as a whole, and look forward to what Season 2 will bring us. Moon Knight, or at least his portrayal from Oscar Isaac, has given us, the viewers, a new look at what a Marvel superhero can be. People from all over the world suffer from some sort of abuse or mental illness, and this character turns those difficulties into a bona fide superpower. While the Moon Knight armor is cool along with all the powers Khonshu gives Mark, it was really Mark's inner personalities that saved him throughout the series. I welcome these types of characters to the MCU. It shows us that you don't necessarily need to be a genius like Tony Stark, or super muscular like Thor to be a superhero. The reality is humans are all flawed one way or another, and Marvel does an amazing job in portraying that in their characters. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.